Good morning, team. Today we'll be running through a short training session based around how to implement and demonstrate our performance development process. In front of you, I've provided you with a copy of the Performance Management Policy and Procedures, which has been updated to best suit the organisation goals. We have proposed a few improvements around the existing performance planning, development of employee work plans, major work goals, setting KPIs, identifying performance gaps, and the timeline of performance reviews. We'll be implementing smart KPIs, which will capture specific data and convert it into useful metrics that can be measured and reported into digestible charts and dashboards. This will allow us to track and use a benchmark to measure success. They also provide our employees with focus and clarity over what's expected of them. Using KPIs will help during their performance meetings and ongoing performance managing, as it gives us a tangible data to provide feedback and identify grey areas. Secondly, using coaching moving forward can help us identify an employee's growth as well as help plan and develop new skills. Using coaching skills as supervisors, we can evaluate and address the developmental skill needs of the employees and help them select diverse experiences to gain necessary skills. Coaching will help identify gaps within the business and will help employees understand how they are doing so they can continue, correct, or improve performance. Coaching will help during performance management to build a shared understanding of the priorities, objectives, and address needed improvement and development. To improve overall performance, employees need to feel rewarded. A good reward system can drive performance as it will increase their motivation. This reward system will ensure that our employees can form a meaningful bond with the business. This will improve many areas and most likely decrease any performance gaps. We'll be offering two reward systems, financial and non-financial awards. Financial awards may include cash for the work achievements, for example, salary, wages, incentives given to the employees, and non-financial awards contain many of the reward components for improving workplace performance. This can be given in many different forms, such as enhanced satisfaction, intellectual growth, and emotional maturity. Monitoring employees in the workplace is an important part of a manager's day-to-day schedule. It's completely inefficient to assign work and assume it will get done exactly as you expect it to without ever checking in on your employees. Although employees do need to speak up when they encounter a problem. Sometimes employees won't realize that they're on the wrong track until their progress and feedback is provided. We can monitor staff regularly, visually, using task management software, spot checking progress on longer progress, or asking the employee directly. Early intervention is key to resolving employee performance issues and can be started by the employee or manager. Managers should make certain that they have a clear and unbiased understanding of what is happening and prepare before meeting with the employee. It may be worth checking with other managers who work nearby or interact with your staff member to check your assessment. Always consider whether there may be underlying factors which are contributing to or causing this performance issues. Not every performance issue needs a structured process. Explore other options for improving performance, such as the use of a written task list, continuous feedback, a buddy shift, changes to allocations of tasks, identification of relevant training, coaching, mentoring, and more regular performance catch-ups. Using coaching skills, this will help address underperformance. When doing so, it is best to avoid emotional confrontation and to be prepared, specific, and deal with it as soon as possible. If you don't deal with an underperforming employee urgently, then you are sending a message that this performance or behavior is acceptable, and it sets a bad precedent for both that individual as well as the rest of your team. You should try to speak to the employee as soon as practical once the performance issue has come to your attention. If the employee does not work, you may need to incorporate discipline, which could come in the form of written notice. Using set procedures with the employee and documenting everything will be a must. Having a dispute planning process will fix problems before they escalate and better protect your business from risk. The best methods are negotiation and mediation. The best dispute resolution will be simple and credible, sensitive, encourage listening, set expectations, establish an escalation process, be consistent and quick and transparent. Understanding the cause of conflict will help you avoid disputes. A mediation is an informal and flexible dispute resolution process. The mediator's role is to guide the parties towards their own resolution. Through joint sessions and separate court causes with parties, the mediator helps both sides define the issues clearly, understand each other's positions, and move closer to resolution. The process will be as followed: convening the mediation, opening session, communication, negotiation, and closure. When all attempts to improve performance have failed, the position will be vacated in order to make room for a new employee who can fulfill the requirements of the position. A notice period of 30 to 90 days must be served before terminating an employee. The notice must be given in writing, clearly mentioning the reason for the termination. An employee may hire a labour lawyer to file a lawsuit against an employee if a proper and timely notice is not served before his termination. The performance management policy and procedures will be easily accessible for all employees. They will be stored on our private employee forum. We will also be ensuring that this is accessible for everyone regardless of disabilities. Our designers will ensure to accommodate all users without restrictions. For example, if we have an employee who is visually impaired, we can create content which can be read aloud, screen magnifiers, and enlarge content. That's all I have for today. Are there any questions? If there is anything that comes up after, please feel free to reach out to me.